Hey guys, Doc. There it is. I'm not going to keep you in suspense. Let me tell you how I'm going to do this video, because a lot of you guys have followed along over the past year. This has been a year-long project. So I'm going to tell you about the property. I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why we did certain things. I'm going to show you a little bit of before video, and then I'll actually walk you through the house and show you something now. This isn't going to be a 5-minute video because I'll feel like I'm being rushed. So I want to answer a lot of questions that have come up about it. So I'm going to take my time with it. If you want to watch it, watch it. If not, Netflix has some reruns on. So one of the couple of things, we had to make a decision when we bought this property. Essentially, it was built in the 80s. It was nasty. The house was nasty. I mean, we just had to pull nastiness out of this house. We filled up four 30-yard, 40-yard dumpsters. 40-yard dumpsters are those big things. We just had to just keep pulling crap out, pulling crap. I mean, just all around the house, not even inside the house. There were abandoned cars all the way around. The barn was actually overgrown. We had to redo that. But this whole property around here, let me turn the camera real quick. But the property itself, this is, really what sells us. This is, 40 yards off our sunroom. We have a nice 3-acre pond. The property itself is 40 acres. So there's 10 acres up front, which are in fields. We call this the middle section, which is about 10 acres with the house and the pond in this area. And then there's another 20 acres back behind the pond. So that's the property itself. The gentleman that owned this property, he got ill. Then he went into a care facility. And then I think he actually died from COVID. I'm not sure. But the family estate put this up for a week for sale. And the reason why we bought this property, we've been looking for a farm type property for years. But every time we looked at one for a reasonable price, I mean, it was an hour to an hour and a half away. And I told the wife, I said, I'm not driving that far. If I got to do something, if I'm going to redo it, I'm going to want it so that it's, within reason. This property is only like 11 minutes from our house right now. That's amazing. And they put it up for sale for 7 days. Let me explain how this happened. They put it up for sale for 7 days, and they basically took bids on the property. Because it was so nasty, I mean, it was nasty, it was horrible. The house was just full of crap. I mean, just full of junk. I'll show you a video here in a minute. And you could tell that it was going to take some serious money to get this whole place under control. We came in with just a full ask offer and a really quick close time, and we got the property. Matter of fact, the day after we closed on the property, I got a phone call from my real estate agent. Someone offered, one of the people that I guess I was looking at offered me $50,000 more than I paid for it. I'm like, no way. So we just saw the potential. We've been looking and looking and looking. This just fit all the bills. I've got deer, I've got turkey, I've got a pond, I got fish, great wildlife. I could see, and one of the things that's good about my wife and myself is that we can see potential. We can see through the nastiness. We've looked at a lot of old homes. We looked at historic homes over the years. Matter of fact, we put an offer in on one of the oldest houses in our county, still on its original foundation. Stagecoaches used to go there. It's such a cool house, and we didn't get it, unfortunately. And actually, I'm glad, because I really like this place. So the house was built in the 80s. And we had to make a decision whether to tear it down or to strip it out and rebuild. And really, the cost either way was going to be about the same. But one of the things I've learned over the years with these old houses and these remodel projects, let me turn the camera around. One of the things I've learned with these old houses and these remodel projects is that I've been in a lot of old houses over the years, and there's a quirkiness to them. And I really wanted that quirkiness. I really love that. So what we did was we looked at the challenges with redoing this house, and I said to myself, we can probably make some of those challenges kind of quirky and fun. There's not an architect in the world that would design this layout. And that's what I love about it. When you walk into this house, it's completely different, a very open floor plan down below, and there's just a few quirky things in there, just enough to make you say, oh, this was an old house and they enclosed this porch and they left a window over. There's just some cool stuff to it. So that's where we are. Let me go ahead and I'll walk you through. And yesterday I went through and took you through the tour. So let's go. Okay, so let's start with the front porch for a minute and the sunroom. So this whole sunroom is a new addition all the way across. Those windows look out onto the pond view. You have a gorgeous view inside. But it's a really cool, we wanted to sort of flip the house around. The house because of over the years, everything's grown up behind it, it's really backwards now. So this really is where when you come in the driveway, you pull up and this is what you see in the front. So we built a nice porch. Now the guys that built I will say this, the John and I forget his name that actually built this deck for me are just phenomenal craftsmen. I mean, John is probably 66 years old. And every single piece of lumber in here has pre-drilled and screwed with hidden screws, hidden deck screws. They did an absolutely phenomenal job on this deck. I did a video about pre-staining the boards on the floor, so that's all done. But we still are going to get some caps. I need caps on the 6x6 posts. Those are ordered. Those are coming in. But it's just a really warm welcome. We wanted a lodgy kind of look, and so if you look, we wanted that kind of rustic, lodgy kind of look. The stone veneer has that real earth tone to it. The bottom has a real earth tone. The upper brings your eyes up in with that white railing. We're not doing like a standard stone, landscape stone. We're actually using railroad ties out here. So we're installing railroad ties that replicate the beams inside the house. It's just a really cool sort of look. So that's what we're doing on the outside. The landscaping really hasn't started yet. Let me just swing out back and show you the back real quick. Okay, so this is the former front of the house that faces the road out there that we're turning into the back. Someone said, you need to get rid of those columns and put square wood. Gee, I think it's one of those quirky things. I kind of like it, you know. You're living on the plantation now. But this back here was all solid mud. And we had to put in a brand new septic system and a 200-foot drain field. And it was just horrible. And there were tree stumps, literally tree stumps, that were 5 feet across. And someone had built this darn house. And there were 1, 2, 3, 4 of those massive tree stumps right behind this house. You could not see the barn from here. There was just all kinds of crap and trees. And now we actually made this sort of a green field out back. And now you got a clear view out to the fields and out to the trees. It's real pretty. We installed a temporary grass over here. This is a temporary lawn. Not sure what we're going to do. We're going to put in a little gravel walkway here. Matter of fact, we're going to start that today. From gate to gate. And then we're going to do sort of either a stone or gravel little patio out back here. But you can see that brand new, everything is new. There isn't a single thing in this house that remains except for some of the original framing, basically. I mean, all the siding is gone, all the roofing is gone, all the HVAC system, including all the vents, tubing, everything, electrical system, all replaced as far as all your switches and everything like that. There isn't anything old in this house anymore. It's all new, which is really nice. Okay, let me enter my secret code. Actually, I left the door open, so it's fine. So one of the nice things is when you open this door, you walk into this massive, it's like a 17 by 30 something sunroom, and that sunroom faces that view right there, which is really cool. I'm going to shoot the sunroom from this angle right here to begin with. Let me get out of the way. So this is a massive sunroom, and a few of the features is we've got these windows all along the front. We've got these beams. Now let me talk about the beams. I did a video on it, so I might be repeating myself, but we wanted shiplap on all the ceilings. So all these ceilings, every single ceiling in the house has shiplap on it. We put up new drywall and then shiplap on top of the drywall. Well, shiplap only comes in either 12 or 16 foot lengths, and I don't want seams. I didn't want seams because you have problems. So what I did was I went online and I found a guy that does old timber reclamation, and he had these beams from a tobacco barn that was built in the late 1700s. It's like 1797 or something, out of Virginia, and they're just gorgeous. I'm so glad I bought them. So you'll see these beams in almost every room, but we use them for changes in direction on the shiplap and to prevent us from having seams. So on this, you only have like a 10-foot span in between each of these, and I don't have the actual shiplap seam is hidden by these beams. That's why we did it. Let me grab the camera and show you the beams. So you can see these beams and how we used them in here, but especially like where the shiplap changes transition. But I want you to look at the hand hew, how absolutely gorgeous. We did nothing to these beams except just brush them off. And you can just see all the old, how they're just hand carved, just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let me just show you from this angle. This is actually back towards the living room. And then this is the angle. Now that's a Vermont Castings glass front wood burning stove. I've wanted a Vermont Castings my whole life. And I finally got it, a Bordeaux red. The whole house theme is black, white, and gray. And then what we're gonna do is we come in, our accessories and everything else will be the colors. So that's the whole theme of the house, is we wanted it just basically white and black. Flooring, let me talk about the flooring because I'm gonna do a video on the flooring. Downstairs, I wanted real oak, so we have a high-grade engineered oak floor. This is real oak. Upstairs, we did a LVP that matches this, a nice grade LVP, luxury vinyl plank. I'll show you both of those, but I love this floor, absolutely love it. It's light, but it's not super light. It just looks it's just so warm, and I didn't want a dark floor. I'm so tired of dark floors. But it's worth the money to go with an engineered if you're going to be if you're trying to show off a room like this. So let me go over and I'm going to talk about this window because people keep asking about this window situation. So this is one of those quirky things. The original plan, now remember, this is where this hole right here is where the bay window was. This hole right there is where the double doors were on the front of the house. And so we had to put in some engineered beams to take out some walls, but they have this on the plans as a solid wall. And I'm like, the kitchen's really not gonna have a bunch of light, number one, and I really don't wanna close it off. But at the same time, we're gonna turn this area sort of into our little entertaining sitting room with a TV. And I don't wanna be sitting in here hearing the sink run and clink, clink right next to my ear. So I didn't wanna open it up. So we put in an old window. Why did we do that? Well, if you've been in enough older houses, you know that, Mama wanted to close in that porch, so they closed in the porch, and there's a window that leads out to the porch. That's kind of the theme here. I decided to do it, and it works really well. Everyone that looked at this said, I didn't think I was going to like it in the beginning, or when you spec'd it out, they said, but I really like it. It's a quirky little thing. So the contractors, everyone that's seen that, first they said, I don't know about that, but now that they see it, they said, I really like it. So let's, I guess we'll walk you over to the kitchen. So this is our kitchen. The one thing you won't see me do, which I've learned over the years, is I'm not going to spend $8,000 on a stove. You won't see me do it. I was watching a show the other day, and they had one of these $6,000 high-end stoves, and then they had cheap LVP that looked like crap on the floor. And I'm like, why? Spend $1,500 on a nice stove and put the extra money into your flooring. It just shocked me. You got to make those decisions. So we have nice appliances. We have all stainless steel LG appliances, but you're not going to see me. I'm not going to have a Sub-Zero refrigerator. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put that kind of money into it. But everything is nicely done here. Custom quartz countertops, custom made cabinets, all soft close, drawers and whatever. The backsplash is kind of a cool marble weave backsplash, black and white weave. Light fixture, the first light fixture I had, I hated. It was too small, so I ordered a different one. We replaced it, and I love that light fixture. One of the things about this light fixture, a little tip I'll give you is I don't like to see light bulbs over an island. I think when you look into the kitchen, that kind of glares at you. So one of the things I wanted is I didn't want to see any light bulbs. The light all shines down on this, which really makes a big difference. Austin, who did all my shiplap work in here, one of the nice things is every single line in this whole house matches up. You can take a laser and you can run a line and every single line matches up. Now, if you watch my video before, if you follow us at all, these are not old beams in here. These are actually ugly orange LVL beams, support beams that are like 9 inches, and there's 4 of them. What we did is we went to Lowe's and we bought some new cedar rough cut, and we used a chemical and we aged those beams. But the nice thing is you can't tell the difference. It's color wise, at least. They just work perfectly in here. Austin did a great job covering up those support beams. and everything sort of works together. So now I'm gonna hop over, and the next room I'm gonna show you is the living room. So if I just turn like this, you'll sort of get a view of the living room area. And this is, again, a unique, it's not a small room. The fireplace was completely torn out. There was no brick there. We put in the brick, we put in a new firebox, and I'm gonna explain the mantle in a second. And it's just a nice little space. Again, beam, shiplap, nice can lights, the floodlights. But I wanna show you this mantle for a special reason. I had a couple really good carpenters from my general contractor. One of them, I'll give him a shout out. His name is Liam. He's from Ireland. I sent him a picture, and he basically came in here and built this all by hand. There are probably, I have to guess, 500 to 1,000 cuts just to make this mantle. This is not a prefab. This actually started with a 2x4 screwed into the wall, some more 2x4 blocks, and then wood on top of wood, on top of wood, on top of molding, on top of molding, and until we got to this point. So it's just really impressive. It turned out really nice. Now the only color on the wall that we're gonna do, just so you see that paint chip right there? This is a very, very light sage. And by the way, that's one of my favorite cow prints. I shot that photograph and had it blown up on a canvas. And he's not going in here, he's going in the sunroom. But that's the light sage. We're gonna do this one wall as an accent wall, the light sage. And mainly because it'll just make that mantle pop. That mantle is such an artistic piece. I just love it. And now I'm gonna take you into, just give you a real quick, I'm gonna grab the camera. So these were ugly doors. We tore out the doors, we put in faux glass doors over here, nice new modern. Now, the stairs. The stairs are not to code, and if we wanted to make them to code, we'd have to basically tear out this wall and redo the whole structure of the house. So we're gonna have to get those included in the final sign off as an exemption. But when they were built, they were nasty, and there was a raw 2x4. It looked like a tree stand. It was incredible. So what we did was we went ahead and we replaced all the treads. We have brand new oak treads, which I'm gonna stain a little bit dark. The risers, I'm gonna paint white. But this is what we had made. So they came over, they measured, and then they brought over the individual rods piece by piece, and they welded this on site. Then they took it back to their shop. They finished the welding, painting, and everything, brought it back and installed it. Isn't that cool? It's just such a cool touch right there. I really like the way that came out. Now let's go to the laundry room real quick. Nothing real exciting in here, except we still have a custom matching quartz countertop. The nice custom cabinets. I'm gonna come in here and just put a white cabinet up here, and then we're gonna do shelves above here. Again, nice LG appliances. Oh, I did want to point out one thing. I guess I hadn't bought a dryer in a while. You know how all the dryer vents are on the back? LG got smart. Look what they did. They actually put a dryer vent on the side. Dude, isn't that the smartest thing in the world? That's like half-size paper towel sheets. Brilliant. So this did not exist. This powder room is actually taken out of the master space. It's a hidden powder room in here. Let me turn some lights on. This is a little hidden powder room. Just a inexpensive stock vanity, brand new toilet, of course. Light fixture, mirror. Anytime we have a vanity, you'll see shiplap on that wall, as well as the ceiling up here. Now, you remember the ugly garage, put a picture up, what used to be the garage, which didn't have a door on it. So we turned that into the master. And let me turn on the lights. So we are leaving the sunroom, and we're coming into the former garage, which is now the master. Now, the master has these wonderful high ceilings in it, 10 or 11 feet. Again, shiplap and beams, nice ceiling fan down there. We installed these windows here. All the windows are new. The nice wood flooring in here, but this is a really large space. Then we have we have one closet here. And then you have the master bath. Now the master bath is probably, I think it's my wife's favorite room in the whole house. Now, this is a no-step shower. It's all custom made, all custom tiled. Glass, everything is custom made. And that really came out nice. The vanity, this is probably the one vanity we spent some money on. It's probably about a $3,000 vanity with the top and everything. We decided to sort of splurge in the master. Kind of looks cool. And then we have these, again, going with the sort of farmy sort of feel, these black mirrors up here and simple little lights up here. Got your little poo room, we'll call it. And then you walk through here into the master closet. Now, she did not want wire shelving. She did not want wire. So Ryan and I actually went to Lowe's. We just bought cheap pine boards. We put a router edge, we stained them, and then we got these pass-through shelving. And we actually went ahead and put up wood shelves, which she loves. This light was going to be used somewhere in the kitchen, and we decided to actually put it in here instead of just having a cheap top light. We put down this little pendant, and it actually works well in here. This really is a nice master. It really is. And then when you walk out of your master, this is what you're looking at. So you have your kitchen over here. You come out, you have your full sunroom over here. And then we're gonna walk up, I'll take you upstairs. Okay, so I just came up the stairs. This is that new custom ironwork railings we had put in. We put in a brand new chandelier. That's really cool looking, wrought iron chandelier. And again, shiplap on every ceiling, but look at that round corner. And look how well my guy Austin did that finishing in there. Did such a good job. So let's go into master. We'll go into bedroom number 1. This is the bathroom for bathroom number 1. You can see we have full-size tub and a custom glass shower, and the tile work is wonderful. Very nice custom tile work in here. New toilet over here. And then this is just a custom order vanity from something like Lowe's or Home Depot or something. Just an in-stock vanity. Simple mirror and light. And then of course you have a wonderful pond view. Then we come in here and you can see there's your view for the pond on this side. And a really spacious bedroom. This is that LVP flooring. One thing I caution people about is against going against something too dramatic, because LVP repeats. But this is a nice mild sort of look to it. Nice huge closet. Up in this room, nice big closet. And then let's go over to bedroom number 2, which is down the hallway over here. This was a round window. So now we're going into bedroom number 2. And this is bedroom number 2. Double closets over in here. And then this one has a full bath, but it's a smaller bath. And man, that's a good looking picture. Oh, that's a mirror. So again, just stock vanity we ordered from Home Depot or Lowe's. Everything pretty much as far as fixtures is stock in here. However, this was a tiny green little shower. It was crazy. And that is all custom tile work in here. And the tile work, this is probably my wife's favorite tile in here, believe it or not, the house. Nice little cubby. And sliding glass doors. So that's a huge difference right there. Big difference. So when you step out the double doors out back, this will now be our backyard, and you have an absolutely gorgeous view. Now there were probably about 40 trees in here, and there's just big old cedars up in here. You couldn't see anything. This was just all dirt and nasty. So this has really come a long way. We're going to stone this little pathway out here, and then we're going to get some pea gravel, and we're going to pea gravel that, and then right about from here over to about here, we're going to come out probably about 8 feet. And I haven't decided if I'm going to lay actual stone patio down here or just do a gravel. And the reason being is, you can see that stake. Well, that's my septic drain. And actually my septic pipe goes to the house right through here. So if anything ever happens, I'll have to tear up any work that I do here. So I'm kind of debating what I want to do. Here's the back of the house. Now a lot of people are saying, paint that shed red, paint that shed red. And I'm like, ugh. Even my wife said, she says, dude, that'd be way too matchy poo-poo, as she calls it. Matchy poo-poo doesn't work sometimes. Your natural instinct is to paint the shed the same color as the house. Matchy poo-poo doesn't always work. We actually bought one of those metal old compasses, and it's the same color. We put it up on top. It matches the house, so you just tie in the two. If you get too matchy poo-poo, you can run into problems. But I really like this. The columns don't bother me, to be honest. Again, quirkiness. That's what was here. We're going to clean them. We're going to probably paint them. Someone keeps saying you need to put square columns on there. Really? I kind of like it. I kind of like the plantation look. And then you come out this side. The girls were here yesterday. So we have dog fencing all the way around here for the girls. Got all of our gates working well. This is the old shallow well that used to serve the house. And then way up the road there, you'll see the new 600 deep foot well that runs all the way down here. Now, let me give you a little trick, a couple of things that I did on the water system, because, you know, a well can fail. So that pump up there has a big filtration system. I have the cleanest water in the world coming into this house. But if that well were to fail, I actually had my plumbers install a shutoff. As soon as the water enters the house, there's a shutoff and there's a spigot, full 3/4 inch spigot. I can actually run a hose over to my house, and in an emergency use this water for my house. Maybe they can't come out for 2 or 3 weeks to fix my well. It's going to take a while to fix. I've got water. I've got a shallow well here that I can use. So that's good. That was one of the things I did. The next thing I did, you'll see this big plug here. This is a whole house generator plug we put in. So all I have to do is I'm going to build sort of a little generator box over here. If we ever lose power out here, just come out here, pull it, and flip over the switches inside on the power box. Maybe not run any 220s, shut off the AC or whatever, and it'll basically run the entire house. So we'll have power no matter what. Eventually, someone asked if I was going to put solar out here, and the answer is yes. Probably next year we'll look into solar and solar storage out here, and basically we'll be totally off grid on this whole place because we got 3 water sources. We got a deep well, shallow well, and we got the pond. 3 water sources. Power, we'll have the power coming in from the local power company. I'll have a generator if needed, and then I'll also have solar. I really like these windows. We did black on the outside, white on the inside, and love my stove. The Crawlspace, I'm doing a 2-phase encapsulation. And what is a 2-phase? The 2-phase I've learned is I go in, I had all the walls spray foamed, all the way up into the ridge beam, everything, all the way up. Everything is spray foamed. And we have a regular plastic down below and so now that construction's over, I'm gonna cover all that with like a 20 mil heavy gauge plastic. And I have I have about $1,000 dehumidifier down here as well too. So we're perfectly dry. It's really nice to have a dry crawl space down here. So you can see these are all spray foamed all the way up. This is all spray foamed. There's a thinner black plastic laid all down, and I'm gonna have someone come back and put the heavy. Now the construction is done because like up in the corner, they had to dig in to get those. It always happens. So I don't do my final plastic coating until the construction's over. Up in the next section, I have a nice dehumidifier, and I have a fan running in here too to circulate. And of course, we built this little crawl space door. Looks really cool. We're going to come in here, we're going to plant small little dwarf boxwoods. Then we're going to come in here, we'll put some mulch in here. We'll do some seasonal plantings up in this corner, up in here. And then over the next year, you guys can follow us and we'll do some landscaping up in here. We'll probably put a little flower garden up in here. Down in this area over here, we're going to come in and we're going to turn that into grass. And we'll probably redo the dock some too. So anyway, this has been the most challenging journey of my life this year. My general contractor, I give him a C or C plus. And the reason being is they're probably one of the larger general contractors around here. They have a fantastic system in place, online system. Everything works great. But if you don't have the personnel to finish a job, we're more than 2 months overdue on this. Well over 2 months overdue on this project. Personnel, they couldn't get enough personnel on site. I basically, if I had a full-time job, I don't know that I could have done this. I had to basically come out here and be the site manager for this project. Catch things that are being done wrong. Get things fixed the right way. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. Oh man, so I'm back over at the other house. We have some really bad storms moving in here. Expected this whole southeastern areas. We got tornado warnings out. We got thunderstorms warning out. We got high wind warnings. Knock on wood. Let's hope nothing happens to the new house. Anyways, hit that subscribe button. And what I'll do is I will do a lot of updates. We're going to be taking you through the lawn season here at the house, but I'm also going to show you all the other projects we have going on out there. We got a lot of landscaping work. We got lawn work to install. We got farm work. We got vegetable gardens. We got all kinds of stuff out there. Hit that subscribe and I'll try and keep you updated. Doc.